All right, this will be crash scenario number 3. And these get harder as we go now, so put on your thinking caps. Here is a small country road going, let's say, up a hill. There is a solid yellow line, okay, because it's gone up a hill. State would like you to know not to pass there. Okay, here's a van. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a rock and roll van. You know, being in entertainment, I have seen rock and rollers. This is a van coming back from an all-night gig. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. They're loaded. They're driving on this van. Let me just put it this way. There's about 18 people on this van. They got the road crew and the groupies and the band. And they're going up this hill. They're going 10 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. And they're all yelling at the driver to slow down, okay? All right. So they're going up this hill, 10 miles an hour. Car number 1 and car number 2 has been behind this van for the last 15 minutes, going 10 miles an hour. And they're saying, well, we can't stay behind this van anymore. So finally, after such a long time of going 10 miles per hour, car number 1 says, I'm going to try and pass this van. So they start to pull out here. As they start to pull out, let's say they get halfway out right here. Here comes another car coming at them head on the other direction. So they say, oops, that's not a good idea, huh? That's why there's a yellow line, by the way. Let me ask you this, another question. As car number 1 pulls out, what did car number 2 do, everybody? They sped up, of course. There's some kind of unwritten rule out here, huh? That if somebody pulls out, you got to hurry up and take their place. So car number 2 is pulled up. Number 1 does not fully get out of here. They get halfway out, and they say, well, there's a car coming at me head on, so I got to squeeze in. But as they squeeze back into this position here, everybody, number 2 has closed the gap so much that now there's a collision between 1 and 2 right here, front and back. 1 and 2, having crashed, get on the side of the road. 1 and 2 start to fight and sumo wrestle. The van pulls over so that the band and the road crew can watch the fight. Here's your question. Who's at fault? Ready? Discuss it. It's a hard one. All right, this time we're going for teams. Whoever has the most right wins. And you can applaud. Okay, here we go. How many of you say it's the van? The van? How many say it's car number 1? 1, 2, 3. The front runners say it's number 1. Who says it's number 2? Car number 2. The backbreakers say it's car number 2. Somebody's going to get a point here. Get ready. The answer is car number 2. You got it right in the back. You got it right. Car number 2. Now, look. This is a front and back collision, a rear end collision, as you call it. So number 2 is at fault in this crash. Now, everybody contributes, of course. The van should not have been driving under the influence or impaired. They should not have been going so slow, impeding traffic. See, I know all these laws. Number 1 should not have been trying to pass on a yellow line, of course. How dangerous is that? But when they got back in that position there, car number 2 caused the crash because they hit them from behind. Car number 2 could have kept a 3-second space cushion, at least a 2-second space cushion between them and the van. Then you got all this space. Don't close the gap every time. All right. 1 and 2 have exchanged information. They finished sumo wrestling. And quite often you see this. I don't know why this is, man. After you're in a fight, you become friends. I don't know why. So now they shake hands with each other, and they get back in the car, and they start driving again. So here's car number 1, and they're going up the same road, of course. Here's car number 2, following by. Guess who they're behind? The van again. That's right. So here's the van. Dudes are hanging out the back of the van, making like fighting gestures. All of a sudden, the van stops in the road. Stops.